Hi guys, this is Ranish Malhan from Pixcompose. Today we are going to see, or you can say we are going to start a new course which is Photoshop for beginners. So this course is in English and we will start this course in Hindi by tomorrow. So as we know that this is the beginners course, so our pace will be slow and steady so that everybody understands well. So firstly we will see from where we can get the Adobe software. For that we can open in browser from here. So here is our browser and here we can search for Adobe in the Google. So here you can see the links. From here I can click on Creative Cloud Trial. So from here we can download all the softwares. You can see we have the package and we can click on Start Your Free Trial. So you can see we have started downloading. We can click on Start Download. So in this way we can download it and we can install it. So now we will see how we can use the Photoshop. So when the Photoshop is installed, we can go to the Start menu and here we can find the Adobe Photoshop 2020. We can click on that and then we will have this interface. So this is the Start Workspace. From here, what we can do, we can create a new document or we can open a new document. But here we can do some more things, like we can find out some recent files from here, the documents on which we have worked recently. So now you don't see any recent files here because this is the fresh install of the Photoshop. As we will start working here, we will get some more recent documents here. So firstly we will have a look on interface of this software. So now for that I will go to the file to create a new document, or I can create a new document from here. The both buttons are same. We can even use Ctrl plus N shortcut key. If we press Ctrl N, then we will have the same options to create a new document. So from here we can select the document type, or we can get a new or different dialog box for a new document if we get from here. If we click on here or here like this, this is the Legacy new document bar, or we go here and click new, then again we are getting the Legacy. So sometime you will get the different type of new document dialog box. We can give the name to a document from here, like we are testing it. We can change the width of the document from here, like I want the 500 pixels of height. I can change the resolution. We will get back to that after some time as we will move forward, because we have to understand what is the resolution in the depth. We can change the color mode. Color mode will be discussed later. So now what we will have to do, just click on OK. So we will have a new document here, which is this. This is our canvas in the center, on which we will create a design, or we can edit an image on this. And on the left we can see the toolbar where we can find all the tools. If we click on any tool, you can see the above bar is changing. The options on the above bar is changing. This is the options bar. We can find all the options related to the tools here. Like if I click on the move tool, I can find the options related to the move tool. If I click on selection tool, like marquee selection tool, then I can find the options related to the marquee tool. So in the toolbar, we can find all the tool related to our work, like selection tools, shape tool, like gradient tool, and text tool. So now what we have to do, we have to look on the layers panel, which is the most important panel here. Like if I create two shapes here, we will see how we can create shapes in the Photoshop later, but we have to understand what is the layers panel and how it works. For that I am going to create two shapes here. Let me change the color. Let's change the color so that we can identify the both. So now if I move it, you can see the other one is hiding. Why it is hiding? Because if you can see in the layers panel, the darker box is on the top of the other rectangle one. If I swap the orders, you can notice that the other one is hidden. This is like a paper. If I place a paper on the top of other paper, then the paper at the bottom will be hidden. So in this way, these layers work. These layers are based on the stacking orders. If we change the stacking order, then we will change the design here. Like if I change it again, you can see we can hide the bottom layer with the upper layer very easily. But here we can reduce the opacity of any layer. You can say that transparency, we can increase the transparency if we reduce the opacity like this. Great. So this is the basic of this software. So in this way we will use this. There are many type of layers. We will dive in that. So first one is the move tool. We will have a look on that firstly, with which we can move any layer. But you can notice that I cannot move the bottom layer, which is the background layer, because you can notice an lock here. So this represents a lock. That means the layer is locked right now. If I double click on that, you can see we can click on OK and our layer will be opened now. So now I can move it anywhere like this. So now the next important thing is how we can open an image in the Photoshop. So for that I will go to the file menu, and from here I can click on open. So from here I can select any image which I want to use, like this one or this one, and click on open. So as you can see, we have opened an image here. This was very easy task. So now what we can do now at this time, we can use the Control O, which will also open a new image. Like if I press Control O, you can see we again have the open box dialog box here. So I can open any image, but you can notice that the Photoshop files are not showing the preview here. So if I don't know the name of the file which I want to open, I cannot access that from here. For that, what I can do, I can click on the cancel, and now I will go to the file, and here I can find browse in bridge. Click on that. So now another software is opening, which is bridge. Bridge is another type of explorer here. So this is the bridge which we have opened here. Let's wait till it is opening. So now we have the bridge opened. From here I can select any image. I think this is still opening. Or I can navigate to my folder which I want to access. For that I will click here, and here I can go to the Google Drive where I have the images or files which I want to open. Like here you can see the PSD file. PSD stands for Photoshop Standard Document, Photoshop document. So I can click on here, and you can see we have the preview here. I can enlarge it to see it properly. I can click on that, or I can double click on that. Otherwise I can right click here and click on open with, and here you can find Adobe Photoshop 2020. Click on that. Now you can see the file is opened at this time, and we have the preview of the PSD file, which is native file to the Photoshop, which is very good. So now what we have to do, we are going to see a new way to open and document. For that, what I will do, I will just navigate in the Windows Explorer. So I now here we can see the Google Drive. From here I can select any image, like I want to open this image, this one. So how I can open this in the Photoshop? For that I will right click here. Here I can notice the open with option, and I can click on the Adobe Photoshop 2020. Great. We have the document opened here. Now here is another way to open and document in the Photoshop. For that I can again go to the Windows Explorer and navigate to folder where we have the images. Like I want to open this image here, I can just drag it and drop it here. So you can see we have opened this document very easily and efficiently. So these are very easy ways to open and document in the Photoshop. So now we will see how we can close and document from the Photoshop. For that you can notice that we have tabs like we have in the browsers. Like this we have two tabs here, and here you can notice the cross button. Likewise we have the cross button here which will close a document from here. So I can click here to close the documents. So now at this time we will see how we can save a document. So when okay, so at this time we will see how we can save the document. So for that I will go to the file, and here I can click on the save button. But before that, how you can know that the document is not saved? So here you can notice a star here which indicates that there are some changes which are not saved in the file. So at that time we have to save a document. So this is our first time when we are saving this document. So I will click here. So here is the save as doc dialog box. So here I can type in the name, like I want to type in the testing, and from here I can select the format of the file. Like right now I want to save it as PSD, which is Photoshop document. So I can click on that and save it. Now you can see the star icon is removed from here as we have saved all the changes. But when I make some changes, like I move this layer from here, you can notice that we have the indicator again here. So this is very useful indicator which tells us when to save or when not to save. And now if I want to save it as a JPEG, like if I want to send someone my completed document, so for that I will go to the file, and here I can click on save as. Because we have saved it previously, if I click on save, we will not get any dialog box, so that we can make changes in the saving settings. So now we have to click on save as. Now again you can see we have an dialog box here. So from here I can select a format, like I want to save it as a JPEG. So I can save that. Just click on save. Now here it is asking for the quality, but we don't have to focus on that right now. So now at this time I can click on OK. So open the Windows Explorer, and this is the place where we have saved that document, that JPEG. So we can find that from here, and here you can see we have that, and here is our PSD file, which is this one. So this is how we can save an document here. So now the next step is to open an image here, and we will see what are the pixels to understand the resolutions in the document, and we will also see what are RGBs and what are CMYK, how color work in the digital media. So for that I am going to open an image, like I am going here. So I am opening that image. So this is our image. If I zoom in, You can zoom in with the control plus. If I press control plus, you can see that we are zooming in the document like this. And if I press control minus, we can zoom out from the document like this. So now if I want to fit this document in the viewing panel, for that I can press Ctrl 0. You can see we have fit this image in the viewers panel. So now what we have to do, if I want to see the 100% size of this document, for that I have to press Ctrl 1. And now how I know that this document is 100% in size right now? For that you can see here we have 100% written over here. If I reduce the size with control minus, which means zoom out, you can see the size is reducing from here. Likewise, if I increase the size with control plus, you can see the percentage is changing very rapidly. You can also see the percentage of the zoom level from here, 33.33 right now, and the same written over here. So now what we have to do, right? So at this time we will see the color mode of this document, which is RGB. Basically in real life we have primary colors which are red, green and yellow. But here we have primary colors red, green and blue. We can see that in the channels panel, red, green and blue. These three values, the values of these three colors mix together to create other colors. Firstly, they create secondary colors and then tertiary colors. Basically, what are tertiary colors and secondary colors? We can see that from here. You can select any color from here, tools panel. If you go to the tools panel, here we can see these two palettes. If I click here, you can see we have the color picker dialog box here. So now we can notice that color wheel is here. So red one is our primary color, you can see that. Then green one is our primary color, and the blue one is also our primary color. So here you can see the values RGB, and the value of the color is from 0 to 255. Like if I want blue color, pure blue color, for that I have to zero that color, which is the green one and the red one. So now red one is 0 and green one is 0 and blue is 255 in number. So you can notice that we have the blue color. And likewise, if I change the value of the blue to 0, and now I can change the value of green to 255, you can notice that we have the pure green color here. Likewise, if I change the value of green to 0, and now let's change the value of red to 255, and you can notice that we have the pure red color. But now if I start mixing in the colors, like I want 255 here too, you can see we have the yellow color, which is created with the combination of red and green. So this is the secondary color, because this is created by two primary colors. And if we use red and yellow to create any color, then that will be the tertiary color. So this is how you can create the colors in the Photoshop or any digital media. So we will dive in depth in this topic in later chapters. So now we have the resolution. Now we can check the resolution from here. Sorry, from the image size. So you can notice that we have the resolution of 72 pixels per inch. So what is the pixel? So that means what we are carrying in the inches as a pixel. So for that we have to check that. If I zoom in the image like this, you can see a square box which is here. This square box only contains a single color. You can notice that we have a single color in every box. These are called pixels. So now what we have to do, if we increase a pixel in an image, that will increase the resolution of the image, which means we have more colors per inch in the image, which will increase the quality of the image. But for the screen purposes, for the display purposes, we use 72 ppi, which is 72 pixels per inch in the image, as you can see that here, like this one. But for the printing purposes we use 300 pixels per inch, 600 pixels per inch, and so on, because we need more quality for that. But for the screen purposes, if you increase the resolution of a document, that will not make any effect on that, because our size, which our screen counts, is in pixels. So basically screen doesn't count any size of the picture in the inches, it calculates it in the pixels. So that's why if we have more pixels in the inches, then there will be no difference in the quality of a image in the display. So we can click on OK here. So I hope you liked it. So we will continue the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the session in the Hindi. So please check this out and please practice. If you have find any issues in this software, if you find any issues in today's class, then you can ask me anytime and I will solve that. Thanks for watching.